Hey, how are you
All right.
doing?
Hey, how's it going, Al?
It's going well. How are you, Brad?
Not bad, not bad. The week's been kind of dragging by a little bit,
Yeah?
but
Yeah, tell me about it, man. You've been hammered with work, right?
oh yeah, yep. I got next week's gonna be even worse.
Oh, man. I'm
So,
sorry to hear all the
right.
logistical stuff you have to go through.
Oh yeah. Well, it's right before the holidays. After that, a lot of people are gonna be out, so we got very much to get done before we got like what they call a blackout period for sending software and stuff down to the ATMs for Capital One. So we got to get all this stuff done before that's locked down.
Well, wow. Well, I'm here for you if you need somebody to talk to. Well, I wanted to apologize to everybody on the World Drone Community live stream this Monday. I don't know what happened. There's two important things that I had on my list that I did not cover. One was that Robbie was traveling to Thailand and was stuck at the airports. And I want to wish him well, and I did not. And I sincerely apologize, Robbie. Um, my bad. And the other one is Fred Johnson had surgery, and I wanted to ask everybody to say a quick prayer, give him some good mojo, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so again, Fred, I totally apologize for that. If you don't know Fred Johnson, he does ADK drones, and Robbie Gray does Travel Tech 360 and World Drone Community. So today's show is going to be a nice show, right?
Oh
We
yeah.
have a very good guest. We're going to be discussing the Autel EVO vaporware, and then we're going to be talking about the DJI roadmap. And we're also going to be talking about, you know, FPV competition between RunCam and Caddx. I think that's exciting. Um, so, and also we should probably discuss the FAA stuff, what they're doing, the power graph that they're going for, and how is it going to affect us. So with that said, let's bring in Kai from
Howdy,
Lone
y'all.
Star UAD.
Hey. Yep.
Hey,
Lone
Howdy,
Star
howdy, howdy,
UAV.
howdy.
Howdy,
hey,
howdy.
hey.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome
definitely
in.
welcome. Yeah. So if you guys haven't subscribed or hit the thumbs up button,
Yep. Please
please
do.
do. Yeah, I'm going to put a banner here, guys.
That whole thing.
Yeah, you got to go for all the promotional, stuff that you normally should do. You
Hey,
like,
so I'll say hello to some of the folks in the chat real quick. Looks like Marcus was in Idaho Quadcopter, Mike Henrenack, Matt Bagwell. We got Drone View Medias. How's it going? We got who else we have? We have Thomas Baker, aka a TEB drone flyer. Hey, I haven't seen your name before. Welcome in. Johnny Drone Flyer's in the house. Hey, Johnny. And it looks like that's what we got right now. Hubson Choice, welcome in. Welcome.
yeah, thanks.
Akurasho's in. How you doing?
Akirasho.
Oh, Maddie's Drone World just popping in. How you doing, Maddie?
So we
That's
got a good crowd.
And old Johnny Drone Flyer, we're going to rename him to Mini Me. He got the hype for it.
Yeah, we need to get Akirasho on the live stream. Akirasho, are you going to join us one day, man? We need to chat.
Yeah, we have to get in touch with them.
Let us know if you're up to it, man.
And howdy at Drone Views Media.
Yeah. So we got a good crowd here, guys. So good stuff.
Hubson Choice in the house. How you doing? Yeah.
So what do you think about this silly little Autel EVO that we've been discussing? Is it really going to hit the market, you think? When is it going to hit?
Yeah, it'll hit the market just in time for Christmas. We don't know which year Christmas, but it'll be there in time for Christmas.
Yeah, I know.
They did
right?
not say Christmas this year.
That's true.
True.
Lying sack of shit.
Yeah, I know, right? Let me see. Do I have this right? So I'm here. Here I have.
I just feel for all these guys that went ahead and trusted their resellers, and it's great that you have a reseller that you trust, but geez, this pre-order business is just leaving a real sour taste in my mouth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're basically underwriting their manufacturing, right?
Well,
Basically.
they got supply issues. The whole supply chain is not a chain anymore. It's whatever that is.
Yeah. They're just making it up as they go along.
Yep. It looks like
Well,
the parent.
what was it? They opened up the harbor in LA 24/7, and they did that for like 2 days, and then they decided, well, we don't have any trucks to pick shit up, so there's no sense in running it 24/7. And now they're back to regular business hours.
Yeah, so they're going to stick it to us later. But, in my opinion, let's talk about the little light in nano that you see here. I mean,
the light at the end of the tunnel might
the
be
light
the headlight of a freight train coming straight at you.
I like that. Good way of saying it, man. I think, everybody's going to these smaller drones, try to get away from the FAA registration, but that doesn't really matter.
The light don't get you out of FAA.
No, it doesn't.
None of them actually get you out of FAA.
No. You got to register it.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Well, what do you guys think
if
about?
You don't have to register, you still got to play by FAA rules.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anything over 250 and above, for sure. Yep. And,
anything.
And 240.
Anything you fly has to abide by FAA rules.
No, I agree with that. I was saying about the registration side. You got a 250 and above, right?
So behind you, we see a couple wings, right?
Yeah.
And I see the black one.
There's the AR wing, the AR 900, whatever you want to call it, and then the white one, that one right there, that's the Autel 1.2 meter. And then that one right there is actually a motorized sailplane, and that's actually a 2400. So that's almost 8 foot of wingspan on that bad boy.
Wow, very nice. So
if I put it together, the wings span about the length of my couch back there.
Wow. Well, FAA can't get you with that because it's a single motor, correct?
No, they still get you with that. Anything over 250 grams, it doesn't matter if it's a single motor or full motor or no motor. I mean, if it flies, it's FAA.
Right. It's in the airspace.
Got it.
FAA done this massive authority grab down to the grass in your backyard several years ago when they decided anything that's in the air is in our jurisdiction.
Yeah, it didn't like
and
you
some
said.
Some of the states are actually fighting up against it now and saying everything up to 200 feet should be in our jurisdiction. So we'll see how that one plays out.
I agree with that.
Who's going to be able to push harder, you think?
there's a senator out of Utah that's pushing for that, making the first 200 feet the state's responsibility or the state's authority.
Is that going to be a good thing, or
it
could be
good or bad? Nightmare.
Yeah, I know.
Because every plane has to go through the first 200 feet.
Right.
Coming or going.
Yeah.
So is every state now going to cash in on landing fees because you're passing through their airspace?
Good point. Yeah. So.
Yeah, this is creating a freaking monster that don't need to be created.
I agree.
Yeah. And that's the calls are getting louder for what they call it again. There's a term for it. Staying under, the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
Because there ain't nobody, no airplane going to fly between houses.
Right.
There are no helicopters going to fly between houses unless somebody's going to rescue of some type where they have to land a helicopter on the highway or something. But
You said something, Kai, about the tree line. If it's what Ken Dono was referring to, was it the sheltered operations?
yeah, sheltered operations.
Yeah.
So Johnny's in the house. Johnny, thank you for joining. Appreciate you coming by. So we have Mark Fisher join the house.
Ken got it there too.
Oh,
Place it here.
Place it here. Thanks for coming by, guys.
Yeah, got a few people in here. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. We had a good show last weekend. Appreciate you being a good guest. That was awesome, man. Awesome.
Harley FPV made it too.
Yeah, Greg's in the house as well.
Yay, Greg. So yeah, it's going to be a good show. All right, so
here, Ken, if you, I haven't got an email from you yet, so I don't know if that's on purpose or not. I know I'm. He said he was going to email me, and I haven't seen anything yet. So
got it. So, should we continue on the Autel product line here and talk about
what product line?
The vaporware, right? When is it going to?
There is no product line.
Yeah,
I mean, you go on their website. You go on their website, and there's nothing there.
It's not available.
Go on their shopping link, and every product they have, short of, I mean, there's maybe a couple battery chargers and a couple of batteries, and that's about all they've got in stock. Oh, in the stock yard. Everything else is sold out.
Yeah, no, I agree. So earlier we were talking about DJI and how they've kind of under-delivered, Well, what are your thoughts on that?
I think DJI smelt what's coming with this coverless business, and flooded the market with all products they currently had in development, hoping that once they have it out on the market, they won't get shut down. Because there's that Secure Equipment Act of 2021 actually passed and been signed into law, which closed the little loophole. And one of the commissioners on the FCC is actually gunning for DJI to be put on the covered list.
Yeah, if that happens, boy, that's going to really cause some trouble.
They get placed on a covered list. They won't get any more FCC authorizations for any equipment. So they had to crank out their equipment before they get put on that list.
So what you're seeing right now is drone DJ. It is all credits go to him. So this is all put together by him. I'm looking at the 2021 and 2022 roadmap for DJI. So we're talking, I'm not sure what it says here in Chinese, but you can see the Mini 3. There is the Ronin S3 is going to hit. And then they're talking about a Mini FPV and an Inspire 3. So, wow. Your thoughts on that, guys?
They just end-of-lifed a bunch of their commercial equipment. DJI did.
Uh-huh.
And that's got a lot of commercial drone pilots really pissed off right now.
So we're talking about the Inspire product line, obviously.
Inspire, Matrice, you name it. They're all on. There's a list out. What all reached end of life and end of support, and when they don't make batteries for them anymore, that's when you're really going to be hurting.
Right.
So in November, they're supposed to release the Ronin 4D, and they did, and then the T40 and the Action 2. So they're pretty much sticking to the roadmap. It looks like, they've hit their marks, but the Mavic 3 you see here, I don't know. I mean, have any of you guys made up your mind if you're going to save some money and buy that?
I'm not getting it. That's not something I need. If I was doing something personally, if I had my Part 107, which I'm working on, and I was going to make some money with something and did it more than just a kind of a hobbyist / part-time gig, I might think about it. But should they even starting at the $2,200? That's pretty expensive. And then it probably needs it. I would dare say you really need to get the smart controller or the new, what is it? What do they call it now? RC Pro. So.
Well, the new RC Pro apparently is now compatible with the Air 2S as well.
Yeah, I saw that today. Somebody said they're packaging it with the Flymore kit, right, for $1,795. I saw somebody post that today.
Wow.
Yeah, which is a good deal considering, the price of the RC Pro and what the base kit of the Air 2S is. Well, that's still around $1,000, I think. I'm not sure what DJI has done with the prices lately, but I'll head to the website. But to add that RC Pro in, that's a $1,200 device by itself.
Yeah,
by itself. So it sounds like a good deal to me. If you wanted the RC Pro and you needed the Air 2S, I think that's a great price, actually.
So
wait a minute. The Air 2S sells with the old smart controller for what, $1,750 or something like that?
I think it was. Yeah, I'm heading that direction now on their site.
yeah, if you want to share the screen, just let me know. Definitely
try to get
to
there.
it.
And what price did you say they're gonna?
I think I saw $1,799 or something today on a Facebook post, but I haven't gotten to that.
I seriously doubt that.
I think. Where is the Air 2?
Well, I just sent you some on the messenger. That's that end of life list.
All right, here. Okay, so they're still showing on their website the DJI Smart Controller with the, and I don't need to share this. I don't know if that's not the RC Pro.
No, that's the old smart controller.
Yeah, it's the old one. It's $1,749. Oh, the thing I saw on Facebook today, which again I don't know where I saw it. It was at B&H. B&H. Let me look at that real quick. Somebody posted that for B&H. Let's look at that Air 2S. And somebody in the chat probably has already popped it up there. I haven't been watching, but looking now, it's still the only thing I'm seeing on B&H is the old controller. No, it isn't. No, here it is. DJI Air 2S Flymore combo drone with RC Pro remote controller, $1,749.
Holy!
Yep, that's a good price.
It's moving into that Mavic 3 product line there.
Oh my gosh!
You know what I mean? But you get the really nice controller.
I don't believe that is the.
It doesn't sound. It sounds too good to be true, right? It's on B&H's website. It says regular price is $24.98. Instant savings $749. So
wow.
Yeah.
Do you want to share that? Because what I have here is the end of life list that Kai just sent me. So do you want to talk about this, Kai? I mean, you obviously looked at it before, so you probably.
Well, I really haven't looked into it too much because I don't have any of those, but.
I got that screen
those
up.
that do have that will be very interested to see that.
Okay.
Matrice 200 and the 21 stock runs out. Zenmuse says stock runs out. I mean, basically all their commercial equipment's going down the tubes.
Yeah, and what are they going to do? Put anything in the pipeline? Probably not. I mean, it didn't show up on the roadmap, but is that roadmap accurate? Is the question.
Well, it even shows this thing to be in stock.
Yeah.
The Air, no, the Air 2S. I pulled it up on
B&H.
B&H.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go ahead and share that screen you have here, Brad. I'm going to
All right. Yep. Go ahead. Yep. I got it up and running. So yeah. Yep. 1749. As you can see right there, DJI with the RC Pro, and that's it right there.
So basically, that's $800 unit. They're charging $800 for that.
Yeah, because if you go back to this page,
it's a more combo. Yeah,
it is it's a fly more combo. So if you go back to DJI's page, they're still selling the fly more combo for $1,300. So if you take that in consideration, you're only paying
$400 more,
$450 more for the RC Pro controller.
I think that's a good deal.
It's an excellent deal. If you need an Air 2S, it's almost worth buying the Air 2S and getting the controller out of it and
selling it.
Selling it.
Selling it for that individual that has the Mavic 2 Pro and all that stuff, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Well, there is an issue with the Air 2S and the old smart controller not really working that well together.
Yeah, on the old one, golly, who was it that was posting all the issues?
I think Billy Kyle was.
That's what it was. I saw Billy Kyle's video on that, man. Yeah, it was amazing.
Hey, so yeah, Maddie brings up a good point. We heard about this a couple of weeks ago. The reason they're doing that with that RC Pro is because they're low on stock on the regular smart controller. But I mean, the price point is amazing in itself. So I could see them throwing the RC Pro in that kit, but not at that price point. I'm really surprised on that, how inexpensive that kit is. Well, that combo is.
Oh, Scott Jackrabbit FPV is here. Yeah. So Harley's here. Greg's here. Good to see you, buddy. How's the weather?
Apparently DJI's got a price drop going because I see on Newegg. Oh, Air 2, not Air 2S. Never mind. But they got the Air 2 with the smart controller for $1,400 on Newegg.
So Maddie's saying the Drone X Factor already got one in hand.
Good.
Nice.
So that's good to hear.
It still blowing my mind on the price.
Yeah.
Geez, I'm not going to mess with it, but and the controller still isn't, compatible with. It's only, what is it compatible with? The Mavic 3, the Air 2S now,
and that's it.
So we're kind of stuck. I mean, I don't have the 3. I do have an Air 2S, but I would love to have that with my Air 2S. But I don't need to buy another $1,750 combo to do that.
Yeah, I know, right? You might as well save an extra $500 and get the Mavic 3.
Yeah, I know it.
But you don't get the smart controller.
Oh, yeah. Maddie sent me a picture, and who is it? DeMarco? Who is that? Oh, no, that's not DeMarco. Xavier. He already got one. So Maddie sent me this picture, which I'm going to try to show in my camera. And he got one. So there it is in a photo from B&H right there. He got it right from the store, apparently.
Oh, my gosh. Good for him.
So it's real. Now, let me see if I can think of any of my friends that might need an Air 2S, but not the RC Pro. I buy that kit so I can get that thing. I always wanted the original smart controller, but
if they make the RC Pro backwards compatible to OcuSync 2.
Yeah, if they did.
But yeah,
that would be awesome. but I don't think they're going to do that. That's not a very. It would be smart and good for the customers to support the customers, but in a marketing sense, for them money wise, it's not a smart thing to do, I guess.
Yeah, so it looked like Brian Singleton is in the house. So, and then we
Hey,
also
Brian.
have recovery drones here.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. We got 23 watching from what I calculate here. Nice,
So,
very nice turnout.
thank you for supporting everybody. And yeah, so awesome. Thanks. So, what have you been building? I know you like to build. You got your fixed wings and you got your FPVs there, Kai. And
I got the endless list of projects on my desk here.
Yeah, you were on the other night, weren't you, Kai? And you said you had like 3 of them going at once.
Yeah, I got 3 projects going. I've got the Caddx Machine Works massive drone, a 3-inch. I got to put a new.
oh, you got a 3-inch one. Oh,
Pardon?
nice. You got the 3-inch rolling. That's nice.
Yeah, this is just a little 3-inch. Then I'm building the massive Caddx Machine Works Shocker 4-inch, but I'm building it as a 3.5-inch. And then I've got this little bugger right here. I picked that up just because I could.
Oh, I like that.
This is actually a 3.5-inch.
I love it. I just bought 4-inch.
This is nothing but motor, right? These are massive 2203.5 motors.
But yeah, and what's the KV on it?
2650 kV on a 6S. So this thing is just going to freaking scream. So this one is just. I had a Vista unit and I didn't have nowhere to put it, so I went ahead and bought the power kit, is what they call this.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now
I'm going to be experimenting with some shark bite or shark bit, I guess is what it's called now. Used to bite, now HD0.
Now, is that one you're building that massive motor one you just showed? Who's that? Is that somebody you're building it for, or is that for yourself?
No, I'm not building for nobody. I just built this for myself.
Nice.
I come up with these wild ideas of trying to cram, anything under 250 gram on a 3-inch frame and see what happens. And
oh my gosh, I did a 2.5-inch.
This one's going to be a sub 250. I actually bought these extra batteries for it.
Oh, nice. A50s?
And no, they're 556S batteries. It's the Town FAF. And the FAF stands for fast as, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you know how much current that thing's going to dump into those motors, man? It's just going to.
Well, it's got a 100C rating, so you do the math on that.
Yeah, what's your EFCs on that flight controller?
It's 35.
40, 35? I was going to say 40. Yeah, I bought 2 4-inch frames from LRC. I always get that stuck in my mind. See if I can find them. Oh, there they are. So when I do my builds, I usually do 2.
Yeah, that's smart. Smart thing to do.
And then, so the frames are, I haven't even opened it, to be honest with you. But it looks like it's solid little sucker, man. So it's going to be nice. It's going to be, and I'm using 1508 motor, so I'm not,
why are you using such a tall motor?
I don't know, because it's just the way these motor mounts are.
They look like 9 to 12 mil for.
Yeah. I think it's a 9, but it's got, as you can see, it's got little room for playing. So I got 2 of those, and my flight controller has got in here as a all-in-one flight controller. But this is definitely, it's got that FPV.
Yeah. So
You know?
what are you going to be using for a flight controller?
I am using, oh gosh, I just ordered it. I ordered 2 of them, and I'm embarrassed to say that it's a Knife Flight all-in-one, but I don't know the model. I would have to look at in my, I bought it from Beta FPV. So I'm not prepared to tell you which model it is, but it is a 35 amp EFC all-in-one, kind of like the Baby Hawk one here. If I can get this thing apart. Oh gosh, just the Baby Hawk is such a pain in the butt with the way they routed the power cable. This power cable is such a pain because it's got to go through the front. So when you crash, the battery's always sliding into your connector, you know, and just kind of messing it up. But
I'll just tie it off to the side.
yeah, I know. And you can see that I'm not a big fan of this frame, but it works really nice. It really does.
Well, it works well because
it's
you know,
packed.
from engineering standpoint, you know, triangles are the best
Strong.
shape as far as, you know, structural. And you have the triangle shape and the cutouts and everything that makes it pretty strong.
They work well in 3D prints as well for infill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'll play with the 3D printer too. I've got one of those Delta units.
oh, you do? Oh, okay. Yeah. You guys are big on that.
Well, I'm actually a CAD designer, and I actually have SolidWorks on my computer here at home, so I can design whatever I want.
I'll send you a couple things I need, man.
Yeah, you and everybody else.
I figured there were.
I actually have a number of designs already published on Thingiverse too.
Oh, nice.
Are they under your handle, YouTube channel?
Under Lone Star UAV, yeah.
All right, cool. I'll have to definitely look you up. You got anything for the NAV school for my flight?
No, don't have the NAV school.
What do you have? What were the
I have iFlight. I have a Titan DC-5.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm having right here. Well, mine's a Titan XL5. I just built this one.
Yeah, no, I have the DC-5. I bought it when I think it was one of those freak clearance sales, and I was down to like $250 or something like that.
Oh, built. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I bought that thing all built.
And it had a DJI unit in it?
DJI unit in it, everything. I mean, they had it for dirt cheap, and I just clicked.
Jump on. Yeah. Why not? Because you can take the air unit out of it and still made your money.
I think the few units that they had sold in like 5 minutes.
Oh, look. Harley's saying that he's got his, what is he saying? The Shendrone thickest. My next build. Okay, good. Yeah. So good to hear that, Greg. Can't wait to see some video. So
add that to his family of drones. He's got a bunch of drones.
So why are so many people not happy with the Mavic 3?
I think it's the price and the fact that half the functions on it are not working yet.
Right. Even though they put it out there and said that they wouldn't be working and they'd have updates later, people still bought it, still buying it, and knowing that the thing's is not really ready. It's ready to fly, but it's not ready with all the functions that it's going to have eventually with the firmware.
They got a bunch of beta testers going for that.
Yep. and the ones that are complaining are the ones that are forgetting about what DJI said, that all these functions are not there yet. And I think Maddie's brought this up a couple of times, and some other folks. You know, you put a product out there before it's really ready, and even if you tell everybody it's not ready, and you know firmware's coming to fix this, fix that, or add features, functions, people are going to still complain. That's just the nature of the beast.
So, what is your estimate of when those things? I mean, we're guesstimate. Let's call guesstimates.
Well, they're piecing it out a little bit already, right? Didn't they announce some type of little update or a fix or something for firmware?
I have not
I'm
heard
not
anything.
sure.
I'm not really keeping up with the Mavic 3 too much. I mean,
I read something somewhere that they were putting out something, and somebody in the chat might could help us out with that. But I think they announced something that they were going to do for an update, firmware update, but it wasn't going to be the big update. And I don't remember what I read. I flipped through something yesterday or today. And the first
DJI
person
released that microphone kit about 2 weeks ago. That widely one I've noticed.
Yeah, I know
the fact that they announced it, and then there's like it won't ship till mid-January.
Mm.
They're pulling an Autel.
They're starting to pull Autel.
Pulling an Autel. I guess it all started with the Xeno. Remember, I pre-ordered a Xeno when it first came out, like 2.5, 3 years ago.
Well, there's so many products that were put out for pre-order that V-Copter.
The V-Copter, 2 years later.
2 years.
Yeah. The Xeno, the Hudson products, I mean, I won't even touch a Hudson anymore.
And
but after all the horseshit I heard that those guys pulled was some of the reviewers.
Yeah, well, I got one. I reviewed it, and I still have it. I'm going to keep it because of no fly zones. But Brian from TDR e-bikes and scooters, TDR drones and e-bikes and scooters. I mean, oh my gosh, he was on the World Drone Community. He was hosting it because Robbie was traveling to Thailand, and oh my gosh, he told the story about what it took to get that thing going for him. One of the updates bricked it, and he actually had to hook up his phone right straight to the controller and use the camera to scan a barcode to actually put the serial number of the drone into the controller so they could bind together. So somehow they got unbounded. So that was one of the challenges, you know. So I don't know. I do like Hudson product lines, to be honest with you, but you have to get used to them because they dance all over the place. But with that said, the Mavic 2 Pro, yeah, well, it's not that bad, but the Mini Pro, it's equivalent to the Mini 2. It's solid. It's not going anywhere. So it's got a good optical flow camera, and they have decent software to hold it in place. Well,
I've got a Mini 2 for international travel.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, Mini 2 is a nice drone.
Oh, yeah. That's Brian Singleton's favorite drone, too, for travel. And I must say it's mine, too.
Yeah. I mean, if money was
small to carry, it's under 250. No.
Yeah.
Flight time is great. Camera is good. Good flyer.
Except when I carried mine all the way to Germany, I never really did get to fly but one day because it was so damn windy.
Oh. And Hobson's Choice is saying, I think he got a typo in there. He's saying that the 501S is good. I think he just retracted it. But yeah. I know, man. You said 501S. That was my first GPS drone. I still have it. I still have a backpack. I don't know why I bought a backpack, but I bought a backpack with it. Anybody want to buy it? Let me know. And get it on the cheap.
Hey, I was going to say though, back to the Mini series, if you're a traveler and you wanted a really inexpensive travel drone just for the sake of either it getting damaged during your travels or lost, or just depends on what you want it for, the SE seems like it'd be the best option for under $300.
Yep.
The Mini 2 is a great drone. I have that one, so I don't need the SE. I did buy the SE, got it in from Amazon. I think the day that it was released, it came in that evening. I had it before anybody else, but I never broke the seal. And I started thinking I didn't want another drone sitting on the shelf. Didn't need another trophy drone. So I sent it right back to Amazon.
Well, right now they have the Mavic Mini, the original Mavic Mini, just was one battery.
Wi-Fi.
As a refurbished for $219.
Yeah, that's a great deal.
It's
a Wi-Fi drone though. After I owned the Mavic, the Mini, the original Mavic Mini with the Wi-Fi, and saw how limited that thing was compared to the Mini 2 and other OcuSync drones. It's just what you want. It just depends on what you want. The Wi-Fi is fine within short range, less than a mile that it really could do.
Yeah.
And great in perfect conditions. But I mean, I had it and I loved it until the Mini 2 came out, and then I got rid of it quickly.
Yeah, the Mavic Mini bundle refurbished is $289.
That's still a great price. Yeah. Yep.
So there's some deals to be had out there right now.
I'm not sure how I did this, but I got redirected to the German DJI site. And
are you using a VPN by any chance?
I am. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so the VPN's what caused that, right?
Yeah.
Depends on where you're connected at, what country you're connected in.
And then I keep telling it to switch to English, but it just doesn't want to listen. So I was going to show what I was seeing, but it's not quite what I was seeing.
I did a quick search. I did a quick search for that Mavic 3 firmware that I was speaking about. I don't see it anywhere. I know I read somebody said something today or yesterday about that DJI was going to put something out before their major update in January or February.
Got it.
So I'm kind of retracting that.
Gotcha. I wonder what it takes to get my DJI.com from the U.S.
Well, the other thing that has me a little hesitant was anything right now is still that freaking remote ID bullshit business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know what remote ID looks like yet. I have not heard, nor was anything published by FAA or FCC who had been approved.
Yeah.
Had their remote ID system approved to be compliant to the. I know DJI and their Fly app have a option to turn on remote ID, but I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know if we have it.
We don't know if it actually does anything yet.
Right, and they're saying they have the ability to turn it on, but I don't even know, has it been defined what the hardware is going to be? So I don't know how they're doing that.
Well, I think FAA was a bit disconnected there as far as saying, okay, 18 months for this to develop, and then everything to get a product developed, beta tested, and out on the market in 18 months.
That's unheard of.
That is a tall order.
It is.
Huge. Usually, large corporations can do it because they have the engineering resources to do it. Obviously, somebody like Hubsan or FPV are going to have a harder time because of limited engineering resources. But DJI, I imagine they still have limited resources, but they have a lot more of them. So,
maybe they're trying to get a foothold in the market on a standardization for the remote ID hardware, and they're trying to get their again a foothold in that and get their market share of it.
Well, Drone Views Media says to remove that option, so no, we don't even have that anymore.
Yeah, I think we still got. I think that 18 months is going to be stretched out quite a bit further. To your point, Kai, I mean, it develops something like that, get it out in the market, ready to roll in 18 months. Yeah,
just getting shit approved by the FAA in 18 months. That's not happening.
Right.
It's going to be really hard to do.
Like I said,
And
you got to
I
get it
mean,
approved and then come up
first
with
they
this.
have to do, develop the product. They have to test it, and then they have to fix it, and then they have to retest it and all that stuff. And then they got to turn it over to FAA for testing.
It's got to be at some point. It's got to turn into a standard for everybody, the standard hardware, and
then
that
takes not to mention the other F word here. The FCC needs to have their say on that thing yet too.
That's true.
Yeah. Did you see the price on the air unit now? It's $175. They were $250 like 3 months, 2 months, 3 months ago.
Little competition goes a long ways with those guys.
RunCam, right? So Caddx thought they had it all locked up, and RunCam comes along, is now playing in the game, right? So
good.
So
healthy
RunCam, and who was the other one? Who's making the
Caddx? Oh no,
Phoenix HD system.
Oh, Phoebe's? Oh no, what did you say, Kai? I didn't hear you.
There's another product now. It's the Phoenix HD. That's RunCam product. Yeah, that's no. Caddx was doing their thing, and then they said, "Oh, sorry, we're out of Nebula Pros. Oh, sorry, we're out of the OG Vistas. All you can have now is the Nano, which was a not very desirable product."
No, agreed.
And then they come up with the Polar system, which had a camera that didn't quite have the capabilities. But then RunCam came in and said, "Oh, our MIPI camera works with your system too."
Yeah, and so we're looking at the specs right now with the DJI Air unit, their camera. And so the nice thing about it is 120 frames a second at 720p, less than 28 milliseconds of latency. And that's definitely a whole lot better than the Polar stuff doing 35 milliseconds, only doing 60 frames a second max. So we'll compare that here. What the field of view difference too. Let's see if we can find that here. I think it's 150 on this camera. Sensor, goggles, there. Field of view right here is 150. And
that's diagonal. That's diagonal though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's compare that with, let's see, the Air unit with a different camera on it.
If you really want to get a feel for the different cameras and what have you, that.
Oh, now they got the Starlight.
What's this, Kelmer?
I don't know that one. You want to share your screen?
Hang on, let me find them first.
Yeah, let's take a look at what you're doing now. Let's take a look at
Gal Kramer is his channel, and he has some really good side-by-side comparisons on the different cameras. He actually mounts 2 or 3 cameras on the same drone, flies them at the same time, and he actually does a split, like a diagonal split on the screen, where you can actually compare the cameras side by side.
Oh,
nice. Somebody's ripped off my signature move. But anyway, let's take a look at the field of view on the. This is the Polar Pro. It's a larger field of view. It's like a 185, right? No, I'm sorry, 162, not 185, 162. And the f-stop's pretty good. Where this one falls short is, like Kai was mentioning, is...
I want to welcome Mike. Fly Zone Drones is in the house.
Hey,
we also have PJ Slots and Entertainment. I'm sorry I don't know what your name is on that, if you don't mind putting that in the chat, unless somebody knows who that is.
Thank you, Brad. Keeping up with the folks. Appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, folks.
Yep, absolutely. It looks like we're doing pretty good. 17 thumbs up out of 23. Doing pretty good. A couple more folks, if you get a chance, hit that thumbs up for us.
Very good. Yeah, so the other thing that jumps out at me, of course, is the latency and and the field of view. So it's got a nicer field of view. The latency is less than 32 milliseconds, which is not bad. Really, it isn't that bad. But I don't know. If you had a chance to buy or build something with unlimited amount of money, which one of these units would you buy? Let us know in the comments. How about you, Kai? Which one would you use?
My favorite right now is the Nebula Pro. I've got the Nebula Pro Nano camera on order, and I'm going to put that in that thinking P16, replace the Nano camera. And
they're 165 bucks.
They're naming. Caddx needs to come up with something different on their naming scheme, because you have the Nano, you got the Nano Pro Nano, but that's not the Nano Pro. Don't get that confused. It's a freaking mess.
Yeah, and you're right now. You're able to get the Caddx Vista with the air unit camera on it too. You see that?
Yeah,
for 165 bucks.
I've all my air units have the original DJI camera, whatever you want to call it, the big silver 20 by 21.
Hey Al, the PJ Slots and Entertainment said you know who he is. That's Paul.
Yeah, Paul, man. Hey, thanks for joining, Paul.
There you go. Sorry to interrupt.
No, I was just saw it, and he has a channel that he streams live from Vegas. So it's one of my buddies right up the road here, Fredericksburg. Nice. Thanks for stopping by.
Mikey's in the house. Fly Zone Drones.
Yeah, Mikey's in there. Hey, this shows you how much I know about FPV components and flying. What is the voltage requirements on those units, those camera units? Is it 5 volts?
9 and up, I think.
They got a span. The air units are 2 to 4S. The Vista units can go up to 6S.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the 9 volts and up is what I usually say.
Okay.
Yeah. So
just curiosity.
If you can feed it 9 volt off of your flight controller, 9 or 10 volt off of your flight controller, that's usually the best thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah, it really is. So, Kai, remember I first met you at I met Kai for the first time at Cedar Park. I forget the name of the whiskey bar we went to, and you turned me on to my Caddx Peanut little interface that you hook up to the balance port on your battery, and that's how you record with your Caddx Peanut.
Well, that's not the Peanut has a battery on board, but this keeps the battery charged, so you don't have to worry about running out of battery.
Nice.
Yeah, what you do have to worry about is running out the 30-minute recording
30-minute limit. Yeah.
Well, that's 30 minutes. I mean, if you're gonna fly a quad for 30 minutes,
you're gonna headache. You're gonna have a headache. But you can put it on your plane behind you and definitely fly a fixed wing for 30 minutes for sure.
Yeah, but they're big enough they can carry a full-blown Osmo camera.
But yeah, agreed. And what is the novelty of the Peanut, in your opinion, Guy?
What my opinion on the Peanut? I love that thing.
Hey, DeMarco.
I had a SMO 4K. The Beta FPV SMO 4K, the one that's supposed to be like the naked R1.
Mm-hmm.
But I had too many issues with it, and I just decided to get rid of it. And I actually bought the Peanut, and that's just so much easier to use that I got rid of the SMO.
I agree. The Peanut is very, very easy. The biggest pain in the butt I see is kind of like the Mini Pro from Hubsan, is that you have to have it powered on to get all your data out of it, or all your videos.
We turn off the screen sharing thing.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Sorry.
Wormhole.
The wormhole.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Keep it straight.
Almost
If you
fell out
want
of my
to share
chair.
something, I can share some here.
Okay, go for it.
Off of Gal Kramer's. He does a wonderful job of comparing different cameras to each other. On
Hey,
this one,
Dennis is in the
Phoenix
house.
versus the Polar. What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
You ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I was typing. I wasn't ready. You know that. All right, here
So
you go.
Gal Kramer, he actually mounts two cameras on one quad and flies them at the same time, and it gives you just a wonderful comparison of the picture quality between the two units.
That's a way to do it right there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the folks that
And
try to do it.
he has a number of videos with different cameras and different comparisons, and it's in the same light and the same, just slightly different angle, but
Mm-hmm.
it gives you an idea exactly, where the comparison sits and what would you prefer? Which picture would you prefer?
I first started doing this, putting a DJI Mini strapped onto the top of my Phoebe X8 SE. And I've seen this video. I love how he does it. I really do. Remember how he did the 4 cameras? It really is nice.
Yeah, he's done so many. I mean, if you're unsure about a camera, I highly recommend going over to his channel and look and see, because he's got a number of videos on his channel where he
Yeah. And I got to be honest with you. I almost bought that RunCam. I was so close.
the RunCam is not bad.
You own it, right?
No.
You used to own it? Did you have it?
Nope, never had it. I bought a Polar Nano because I was going to use it in one of my lightweight builds, and I still am. The Polar is excellent for nighttime footage.
Absolutely.
After spinning that evening, we went over to that parking garage, and Ed Richter was flying his 7-inch on a Polar camera. I could not fly on my Navigator Pro.
Oh, heck no. Yeah.
I could not fly, but he was zipping around and he could see him. I mean, that was awesome.
Hey, well, I'm going to call out real quick, Al. We're right at the 8 o'clock hour, but it doesn't mean we have to stop. We'll start losing a few folks. Ken Herron starts in a few minutes, or right now.
Yeah, so we've had a great show tonight, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. And, obviously things are moving along pretty fast in the FPV world. I think, we're all getting a little scared about the FAA jumping on our butt over FAA. And so a lot of folks, I know I heard Kai talking about not publishing very much about FPV footage. All right. So
yeah,
what are you guys going to do out there? Are you guys going to keep publishing FPV stuff? I don't know. And
I don't know what the answer is to that.
There are a lot of unanswered questions yet,
Yeah.
and I don't care how. No, I recently read an article, and it was about how the FAA decided that anything above the grass is their jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, quads, drones, whatever you want to call them, open up or make them grab the airspace all the way down to the grass.
Yeah, that's a huge power grab.
And nobody has questioned that power grab yet. And, there was a deal with a farmer that had a stable of some type, and the planes kept buzzing over the top at 80 feet or whatever it was. And basically, that thing went to court and authorized the FAA that is their jurisdiction. There's nothing that farmer could do about. And that's what gave the FAA the authority to deal with whatever altitude. Is it a quarter inch or 400 feet?
Yeah, so it's coming, man. It's coming.
We
Definitely
definitely need a push for sheltered operations to come out of the equation.
Yeah, and private property is almost not respected by the FAA anymore either. So,
there's my kicker.
Hey. Well, guys, I think we better wrap it up. I know we're going to start losing a lot of you guys to go over to Ken's show. I want to thank you guys for stopping by, but most of all, I want to thank Kai for stopping by.
Yeah,
great guest today. Appreciate it. Great, good time.
Thank you for having me.
Well, with that said, guys, we'll see you guys on the next show. Appreciate you for stopping by.
Hey, Al Papa saw 3 back in there again.
My apologies. I'm falling asleep at the switch. Brad, that's why you and I get along so well.
His mind is on others, on shittier stuff.
It is. I've heard. I haven't done it myself, but I know running that StreamYard or being in control and trying to run a show at the same time is pretty difficult. And I know, Kai, you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, trying to answer all the, jumping into the chat is always a little bit of a challenge for me. All right. Thanks, guys. We're going to drop. So wave goodbye, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. See you guys. Thanks.
Thanks again.
Good to see everybody. Thanks for